It's me again. And today I'm with my cold cup of tea. Make yourself one too, because today's yapping episode, video diary entry, is another one of my ideas I got on here for my YouTube channel. And today I really want to talk about topic of art, because as an art student, high school art student, like my high school is art inclined and stuff, and I was just like, lately I've been in such a state where I just don't want to do art anymore. And this is weird because art was been my life this whole time, and I just like hasn't stopped enjoying it or something. Like, I like watching art, I like doing art sometimes, but I don't feel the passion to sit down with my sketchbook and like draw with like hours for hours and hours like I used to do. Which is weird, because I think that if you're an artist, you should like to draw and you want to draw, or like something like that. But then I don't want to, or at this point, I don't want to do anything creative. I don't feel like I've been like faking being an artist. At some point, I was just like, do I really want to do art, or am I just faking it because it's like easy stuff? But then I feel like lately, I've been feeling really unmotivated to do art, and I was kind of forcing myself to do it. And doing the art projects in school was like hell, because I don't want to do it. And I was like thinking about it, just like, why does this keep happening and stuff? Like, what I chose this. I chose my high school. I could go any other line I want to. I could go marine biology or something, though I'm not so smart to do that. And I was just like thinking, why did I choose art out of all of other stuff I had, like? And because my each choice of high school was something with art to do and nothing else. It was like art, photography, game design, like game graphics and stuff. And then I came to such a conclusion that I was like, I'm scared of starting doing art. Like, I'm really focused on creating good art, which is not really a bad thing. Like, you can, like, why won't you want to create good art or something? But like, it crossed the line where I just like had a will to improve and do good stuff. It like walked over, it's just like, I will not do anything because I will fuck this up. And this kind of like blocked me from doing art. I was just like staring at the canvas and just like, what if I fuck up? What if this is gonna be like bad? I don't want to waste paper. And like, it kind of stopped me from doing stuff. And which is, I understand that you should, that like, I understand that you don't need to make good art, especially in the age of AI. Good art is not something very important, because people use AI to get that, and creating bad art is even funnier, would I think. Like, you don't need to worry about being perfect. Well, like, actually, it depends on the person what good art is, because I can do like a completely dumb drawing of a smiley, some will say it's cool. But I was scared of not being able to capture whatever I had in my mind, like the idea. And this is also a next reason to why I kind of stopped doing art, is idea and the thought. I kind of realized not so long, like last week or something, I just like realized that the reason I stopped doing art as well is because I think it is not so like not important, or how shall I say it? Like, why should I create art that has no meaning behind it? Like, why should I sit and doodle if it has like no meaning behind it? I should create something that has a meaning, or like has some kind of value or something, like technique value or something. Like, I should, why spend my time on a dumb doodle that won't look even good? And there was the point. I was focused on creating art. I was focused on the result to more than the process. Because when I was younger, I used to draw like a lot. Like my sketchbooks were, I had always a sketchbook beside me, and I would sit and draw like little characters and doodles all the time. And I thought, this is so fun. Like, I should do them more. Like, I want to draw more doodles, and I didn't care about so much the result. But now, like whenever I sit down with my sketchbook and I just like, what is the idea? I can't come up with like some original idea to show the world. And this is something that I think is like really important to think about, that you should do it for the process and not for the result. You should do it because you enjoy doing the process, and not because so the result should be something meaningful. Like, yes, of course, art is also kind of a thing where you put a meaning behind it, and it is cool to have art that has a meaning and feelings behind it, and some thoughts. But then there should be place for art that are just made for pleasure of the process, like sitting and doodling for on a paper for like hours on. It should be also be like have place in the art community. I don't know if it's a problem, because I didn't do research if this is a big problem, but this video is more like about my own feelings and experience, and like, which is also kind of what demotivates me, is that when I look at my like classmates and stuff, I love my classmates. God, I love my classmates. They're also creative and I love them. My class is just like in my heart. I like looking, they always have some kind of ideas for their projects, and I feel like I'm not so creative with them. Like, I went to art school before, like it was like after class, once a week stuff, and it was the kind of where I learned the technique. I did not come up with new ideas. I would just like, they would just give us a picture and say, copy it. And like, it's cool because now I can copy stuff. I mean, I could do the still life paintings as well, but this is not something I really enjoy doing actually. Like, yeah, you can place a mug in front of me, like play this mug in front of me, and I can draw it like as realistic as I can, but it will not be something that I enjoy. And so I have the technique, but I don't have ideas, which is really hard to me to come up with something original, with something like complex idea. I remember my teacher, I was doing my art project that is actually on my shelf right now. I can actually show it right now to explain what I mean. So here's this big canvas. I should probably maybe stand here. This big canvas. This was my project, big project I did last year, 2025. Yeah, and I liked it. It was like kind of like get deeper into the technique. The project I had was like a free project. You could do whatever technique you want, whatever thing you want. You could sculpt, you could do something out of wire, you could paint and stuff. And so I went with painting because I like this stuff. And I decided I should do something in acrylic paints because I am pretty, like, I know a lot about them, and so why not just go on a bigger scale, because it is my first painting on such a big scale. It's like 52 centimeters on 52, and so I decided to go into this big size and get more into the technique, like the water technique. You maybe cannot see it because of the really bad lighting, but like, I really enjoy doing water, this technique and stuff, so I enjoy doing it. I really like it. But when I had a grade talk with my teacher, I got a C for this. The problem was, it is not complex enough. It's not really interesting to look at, basically, kind of. like, yeah, it's the technique on the water is cool, but it's just a lighthouse and nothing more that is kind of off center. She told me that if there was be something more complex on it, I could get a higher grade. And this is something I've been struggling with actually, with on my several paintings. And so I'm currently working on my the same type of project we had this year as well, and I'm still not done with it. It's just try to work on kind of like more complex idea that this should be like 3 different canvas. The third one is not done, so it's like a series. So we have a candle, we have a smoke from candle that I'm currently working on, and the third one should be a person that blows on a candle. And this time I went into oil paint, which is new for me and I enjoy it, but I still fear that my idea is not complex enough. And while we were working on those 3 projects of ours, like I watched another projects from my classmates, and they all were so cool. Like I don't, I won't tell what project it was, because if someone finds me and then suddenly they're just like, hey, I didn't give my permission to tell. So like, yeah, but then one of my classmates even got accepted into an art exhibition with one of his artworks, and I'm just like, this is so cool, because I applied too, but then I didn't get in. I applied this one with the lighthouse. I didn't get in, but I applied to another one, so the results should be in like February, I think. I should get an answer if I got in. So I applied with 3 works. I applied with this one, I applied with the sculpture, like small clay sculpture, and then I applied with the drawing in dry pastel. And I really hope they will accept me, because I dream of it's kind of like my dream to exhibit art and stuff. But yeah, and when I was like applying for this stuff, I was looking through my art, and I understood that I have a collection of art from the art school that I went before my high school, and I have really many copies of different artworks that are good. It could be cool if I could like send them, but then I can't, because those are not my ideas and I don't want to like plagiate and stuff. And it's like, it's really cool, but then just for the shows at home, they like hang around in our house. So, and they are good and I like them actually, but then I have no original ideas, and this is what stops me from creating, because I sit there and just like, I don't have an idea, but if I have an idea, I'm afraid that I will not do it well, and this is kind of what stops me from creating art, and I feel it sucks. I did create one painting not so long ago actually. I think last week I got done with it as well. It's somewhere there, and I know how I feel about it, because that one I did for my pure pleasure. It is in oil pastel, and I like oil pastels, and oil painting is like really cool. But I don't really like it, because I don't think it's the original one. I should show you. Like, it's like orchid flowers and stuff, and I like doing this one flower. I love painting this one. But then I don't think it's like really complex enough or something. It's just like a bunch of flowers, and it has no meaning behind it. And it was kind of like I forced myself to do it, because like no complex idea and no meaning behind it, just for my pure pleasure. And I really didn't want to do it on a canvas, because I thought then I would like waste a whole canvas for nothing. But then I kind of like decided to do it anyways, because I've had this canvas for like half a year or something. I had a set of 3 canvas that was unopened, and I just like, I didn't feel like I could find good like opportunity to use them for, and that's what kind of stopped me all the time from creating art. So what I hope to do is to train to get up with more creative maybe ideas, to try to force myself get up to wrench something more out of an idea, like for example from this one, to try to wrench something more out of it, like to add something, I don't know, maybe add a like kind of sailboat somewhere. Like it could be cool with a sailboat, and I should like do that and not be afraid of just wasting stuff. And another like what is like on canvas and stuff, it's like big project, but also I kind of hope to start doodling more like I used to, because I used to go sketchbook after sketchbook, sketchbook after sketchbook, and it's like I could have a sketchbook in like half a year and then I would end it because of how much I would just like sketch dumb stuff. But I enjoy to do it. But now I feel like if I should not start doing it, because like it won't turn out as good as I want to, as it's in my head, and it stops the process. I should show my sketchbooks actually. Those are my sketchbooks, including the current one. This one is the first ever one. I got it as a present for my birthday, and I thought it could be cool to just like start drawing and stuff. The first I skipped the first page, and like the first thing I ever did without any back thought is to sketch some artist I liked on Instagram from her live stream, and you can see that I just did it, and I couldn't do faces, so I just kind of scribble it out. And then the next one I tried to find like some kind of art books to learn myself the anatomy and stuff. And then I filled pages with dumb stuff like just a cow print, nothing else. And just like I thought this was art, and I enjoy doing it. And like sometimes I look through it and it feels like I was way more free of doing stuff, because I didn't really care about the result of it. Like here's drawings of my first OC as well, and then I just had dumb sketches and stuff. What can I show? I don't know. I remember I was watching like some kind of YouTube tutorial, like not YouTube tutorials, but just like some YouTube video about art, and then I started sketching when I was watching it, and I was so proud of this page because it's not anatomically correct, but after that I started sketching the characters all the time, and I even wanted to try create my own comic and stuff, and I thought this was peak. This was like peak art. Though I'm not gonna lie, it's like it was nice because I still did the ideas and stuff, and I had the idea, and I didn't really care about like that the idea might won't turn out as good as in my head, and that what just like kept me going through the stuff. I like how I just like have a page of a character and then nothing else, and it just like, and then I used to just like Google something, and or like go on Pinterest, just like drawing ideas, and just straight up copy it. But then I did it because I enjoy doing it and I really like it. Here's my first ever acrylic paint art I did. It was actually several years ago. On the new year I got a whole set of acrylic paints, and I decided like the second day, like it was the January 1st, I think. Yeah, I woke up and everyone was like sleepy and still sleepy after the night, and I still like did a whole ass painting that I was real proud of. But yeah, I just did stuff, and I didn't care that it didn't look like I might imagined. I was still really proud of this stuff, and I just like kept going as long as I could like go. Then I discovered markers and I started painting, and then and so I did was like all the other stuff, like my second sketchbook. Like I got a bunch of markers and I started drawing my character all the time, and then I did some really dumb sketches like this. Like I'm still proud of this one, not gonna lie, I'm still proud of this one. I decided to use a colored pencil instead of like usual for sketch, and I really liked it, and I don't know why. I still like how it looks like, though no hands. We go hard, no hands and no face for this moment as well. And I just like enjoy doing it. Like, then I had this one, but then I had half of this one as well. I tried to learn anatomy here, but then my whole sketchbook was just like filled with some dumb sketches of characters that weren't anatomically correct as well. Then I have this one as well. We don't talk about it, whatever is on it. It's like really old one from 2021 to 2022. Like, I would fill my pages with some dumb stuff like that because I saw it on Pinterest and thought it looked cool. And so like, oh, and look guys, a really cool drawing of a mushroom that I actually like. But like the point is that I did something instead of like overthinking it, which has kept me going with filling on sketchbooks. Even if I did like maybe one sketch per whole page, I did it anyways, and it kind of feels like, oh, I even did full pages sometimes. It's really cool. And that's why I like kept filling the notebooks the whole time. But then this is my current sketchbook. I started it in 2023. It's gonna be 3 years this year, and I'm still not through it fully. How much do I have left in it? I have like this much left in it because I feel like I should fill in the pages and stuff. This page was after a year, maybe a full year of not drawing in it at all, and I'm kind of just like, I was just happy that I did something, even if maybe it was not like some kind of cool idea that I expected to. And in this sketchbook, I feel like I was forcing myself to draw because I felt like if I don't, then I'm not an artist. I did a collage as well. It's cool. But then like I have pages that are just empty because I started the idea and then I never finished it. And I feel like I should just go back to the old mindset of just filling in the pages without caring. Because it's kind of what made me happy. Like, I care too much about the result, and I should just stop at this point. Though I like how I decorated with a lot of stickers and stuff. Yeah, and I don't know. So, I don't know, maybe this could work as a motivation for someone else as well who experienced the same as me. So like, it's really important to just turn off your brain and just do stuff you enjoy doing. Because sometimes not all arts should be like perfect and have a meaning behind it or like the best technique or tune out as in your head. Sometimes it's just kind of beneficial if you just do it so you have the experience and you know what to do. Which is funny because I have small sketchbooks. This small sketchbook, which is bought for like transportation, like if I go somewhere and then I can put it in my bag instead of this big one, which is I bought in Poland when I was there. And then I also bought like a set of oil paints, and I sat in the airport and I just did drawings, which is felt like really cool. I just did them. Like nothing stopped me from just like sitting and doodling some dumb stuff and trying out the new material. And I just kept doing some. I got a motivation, and I really like this page because like it's kind of fun. It's silly. It doesn't serve any purpose behind it, but just like, here's a portrait of me, actually. in kind of another I never tried this style, and so I did myself, which I enjoy actually. And then I try watercolors. I don't like watercolors, but I tried it to understand if what if something changed and I like them again. And so I started like sketching. I sketched out the idea for my project here as well, and I tried to fill it in again. I love creating OCs. I like doing that. So a lot of my sketchbook has some OC ideas and stuff. And so like one more. Here came the first idea with the orchids. First this one came, and then the Canva happened as well. And here more, I just tried out some dumb drawings to learn the material I'm working in. There was also a moment when I was just like really unmotivated to do anything. I didn't want to scroll TikTok. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I was just like so unmotivated to do anything at all. I was just like talking with someone, and then I sat and did some dumb sketches while telling them that I do not want to draw at all. And then that night I did this side profile of a bald man. For your information, I never drew a side profile. I never drew a bald man. I never drew a bald man with a beard, and I never did a man who's smoking. And I kind of just did it on a whim because I felt like doing it, and I'm actually pretty proud of it. Like, I don't hate how it looks like. I didn't have any reference. It just came out of straight out of my head, and I felt so satisfied with that because I haven't had it in a long time that I got something in my head without looking on Pinterest or something, just like looking for inspiration while just mindlessly scrolling. And then I just did it in the moment because I felt like that. It's really cool. And then I did some dumb sketches to just do sketches. And yeah, that's all. Yeah, so I have a lot of sketchbooks. And I feel like I should do more art. And you should too. Because creating art is cool. We should create more art. No matter what art. Bad art is still good art, I think. Cheers, mate. Yeah, so that's it for today. For today's yapping. Today's yapping was art, motivation, and bad art is good art. Thank you for watching this, and if you're still on this point, thank you. I'm thankful. I hope to see you next video. Bye!